Hey Masters and Legends, welcome to our first Masterclass Express. So this series is going to be short masterclasses where we dive into one topic a little more deeply and look at a few ways to work on it. So for example, in this series, we'll be looking at how to use the hands and activate them for handstands and push-ups, how to activate the core to hold it for various movements that we might do moving through space, and today we're going to be looking at how to activate and articulate through the feet. So the feet have, I think it's like 26 bones in them. It's a whole lot of bones, and we tend to think of it as the foot. But there's actually a lot of movement and articulation that happens inside of the foot. And the more you learn to activate and be able to actually feel the articulation through those bones, the more power, speed, stability, and balance you'll get from your feet. So this is going to be great for jumping, for running, for athletics, and even for weightlifting, where the more we can feel and articulate the foot, the more stability and strength we can get. So we're going to start with a very simple exercise where we'll take a position in basically the same as a sumo squat. So the feet a bit wider than your pelvis and your feet turned out about 45 degrees. So your toes are facing out to the corners. Now for this one, you can put your hands on your hips, behind your head. My favorite is out for balance. Quick note, anytime I'm telling you to put your arms out for balance, remember that we're never putting our arms straight to the side, which forces us to pop the chest out and pull the back together, but rather you point them a little bit forward, and that's going to allow you to reach the fingers for balance and still keep a very nice alignment through the chest and the back. So with my arms out in this position, reaching, head floating off the top of the spine, and keeping my body nice and easy in that sumo squat position, toes at about a 45-degree angle, I am first going to bend that knee over one side. And the first thing I'm doing is just checking my alignment, making sure the knee is not dropping into the inside, but just easily traveling over that foot. And then I'm going to come to the other side. And this is just a little warm-up to track our alignment and get some nice stability over the feet. Now from here, we're going to start to look at how the foot articulates. So our next step is to come down, and now I'm going to push up into a balance and cushion down. Push up and down. Now what you'll notice here is that I'm not pushing my foot up here. I'm not trying to activate the leg muscles. I'm actually trying as hard as I can to use just my foot and push and articulate through the foot. Now in the worlds of dance and acrobatics, you often hear people talking about pointing their toes. They'll always say, make sure that you point your toes to have that nice long straight line. The problem is the way most people think about pointing their toes is they are crunching and closing their foot in order to try to have that line. I prefer to have a foot that is functional and to have the extension of the toes come from the fact that I'm actually using the muscles of the lower leg into the ankle and articulating through all of the bones in the foot. So as I come here, I don't just push to the ball of my foot, which I see a lot of people do when I coach people on movement and jumping, but I actually, as I come here, the last movement from the ball of the foot is to push and activate the toes. And if you want, you can even take a few tries to just feel that. And then the same way that I came up pushing through the whole foot, I will also articulate on the way down. So if I show you in slow motion, we come toes, balls, rolling through the foot, and heel. Nice and easy. Now notice also that my head is floating up and away the whole time. So I don't want to come and contract and push away. I want to keep everything soft and open, my arms extended, my head floating, and even as my body moves up, my toe is reaching back to the ground, so I'm always experiencing those two directions. Now this articulation through the foot is what's going to give us a lot more power when we're going to jump later, as well as stability when we're moving, and agility when we're quickly changing directions and being able to use the entire foot for those movements. So from here, we'll take the second step of this, which is now that we've spent a while, maybe you do 10 or 15 reps on each side. Again, we're not here looking, whoa, we're not here looking to get strong. I'm not trying to work and contract. I'm looking to be open and effective and efficient with my muscles. I do a set on one side, same on the other. Really relaxing, articulating through the foot and reaching with those toes. Now, the second step we're going to do is going to take this into a bit more of a jump with a balance. So now, rather than starting just here and pushing onto that foot that's on the ground, I'll actually lift the other foot off the ground, and I'm going to push from one side and cushion down. You'll see this foot is reaching the whole time, so I'll have one leg straight, and then this leg will push and straighten, and now this leg bends. So at every moment in this exercise, I'll have one bent knee and one leg that's reaching and extending. So I push, cushion. Now, one thing that I often see people do is they'll push up and kind of come down and up. Really think that your motion of your body is a U. Up and cushion. And now, as you start to feel that strength and stability through the foot, we'll turn this into an actual jump. So you'll push and push and push. And as you get more comfortable, we can start to play with going farther and farther side to side, and also really coming into a strong balance, trusting that knee to cushion, the foot to spread, and find our stability there. And the last step of this, if you'd like, is to take it into a bit of an improvisation in the space. If you're an athlete, you're playing soccer or cricket or basketball, you're not going to be moving in a straight line side to side. So now we can take this and start to play with here, here, here. But every time focusing on that push, 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 so that we're really getting that articulation through the foot, that lengthening and reaching through the toes to learn to feel the entire foot and to get every bit of power available to us. All right, now I've got some more extensions to this, but this is the basis. So let's work on this a little bit. Let me know if you have questions or comments, and in the next week or two, I'm going to add on to these with some more exercises to work on really building explosive power when you're jumping, moving, or running in different directions. See you soon.